Hi, and welcome to Eat a Toasted Cheese Sandwich for Lunch Day, brought to you by Kenny and the Captains. Today, what I'm going to be preparing for you is not like this, come on, is an onion bagel, and I mean this is a real bagel store, onion bagel, not a frozen bagel. The onions on it. Okay. So what I've already done to start is I've sliced this in half. You want to use a big serrated knife for that. I've sliced it. My camera's moving away from me here. Alright, I've sliced the bagel in half with my big serrated knife, and I put it in the toaster oven. And now, I believe it's already time to take it out. Alright, so as you can see now, this bagel, it's very hot. It is also a little crunchy on the top and on the bottom. Now you don't want to cook it too much because it's going back in once the cheese goes on. And the cheese is Land O'Lakes American cheese, and you don't want to use any sort of pre-sliced cheese or any sort of cheese that's like in a little plastic envelope. You want to stay away from that. What this cheese is you go to the deli counter where you get your sliced meat, and this cheese is just in a big block, and they slice it up for you, and it's just really nice. So what, for a large sized bagel like this, I would recommend like two slices on each side. Then it goes back in the toaster oven just until the cheese gets melty. So we're just gonna have to wait for the cheese to get melty. That's what we're doing here. This is actually why I didn't start the video when I sliced the bagel and put it in the oven, because it would have been like about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes of just dead air that I'd have to fill just by rambling, kind of like I am now. And so yeah, I'm sitting here waiting for that cheese to bubble. And yeah, no, the cheese is starting to melt, so we don't have too much more. So once the cheese is nice and melty, we have one more surprise ingredient. And I want to say this is something that I came up with as a youngster. Maybe I was like 10, 11 years old, I want to say. And because the little town I used to live in actually got a bagel store. And I didn't even know what a bagel was, but once I got into them, they were really good. And suddenly I came up with the idea for toasting the bagel and putting melted cheese on it, but then after a while of experimenting, I decided an onion bagel with melted cheese, and the surprise ingredient coming up is just the ultimate melted cheese delight. So here we go. Now, you can see now, that's all melty. It's very hot. Turn the oven off, and now that we have our beautifully melted cheese bagel, here's the secret ingredient: yellow French's mustard. This is a brand new bottle, so I have to pull the little thing out of here. And you don't want to try and use any sort of fancy Grey Poupon or any of that. You want just the real yellow mustard, the cheap stuff. And you want to put a nice lot of that on one side. And just smush it around. Cut it in half. hot, so I don't want to suffer any sort of third-degree cheese burns, but I'll take a little bite. Oh yeah. That's it. So once again, you got a good quality bagel store, onion bagel, Land O'Lakes American cheese, and French's yellow mustard. Happy lunch day, everybody.